Dear friends, welcome to my video. Have you ever wondered how to create two launcher icons or activities, two app icons from your one APK file? If yes, then let's look how we can do it in this video. We'll create a new project layout doesn't matter. We'll create an empty activity and we can name this project as uh, multiple or two launcher app, and we'll use the latest API version 32. Click finish, wait for the environment to load. So we'll be waiting for environment to load, but the steps are pretty simple. We have to just modify the manifest file and create the launcher for the second activity. So we'll go step by step. This once the environment loads up. Perfect. The environment has come up. First and foremost, I will run the app in an emulator so that it can load in parallel on the right hand side. I can minimize this. We don't need it right now. Also, what I'll do is first activity is already created. So we'll create another activity which we'll be using another activity. So what we can do is we can just right click over here, click probably a new Java class, and of course it will be a class, and the name of the class could be second activity, so that we can differentiate between the main activity, the first one, and the second one. So once we have it, then we can extend it. So we can do it similar to what compact activity. We can extend it to this app compact activity. So yeah, we have got the second activity. Now what we'll do is we'll also, okay, most likely this main activity refers to something called activity underscore main layout. So what we'll do is we'll also create another layout which will refer from the second activity, so that to differentiate that whether it's moving to the second one or not. So but in the main layout, first layout, what we'll do is we'll just change this text to, say for example, first activity, and also probably put a what we'll put, no, leave it. I'll do one thing, I'll create another second layout and we can name it as second underscore layout, and I'll put a button here just for reference. I won't do any functionality, I'll not implement any functionality, but just for differentiating the second layout from the first layout. Probably I can put one text view also and put the text as second layout. Perfect. And give the constraints. So layout, I don't want to spend too much of time, just wanted to implement two layouts so that we can know which activity has loaded. So is it the main activity or the second activity? So, and what I'll do is I'll implement the onCreate method in this one as well. So onCreate method, which is an override method, and we can use the same concept set content view over here also, but in this one what we'll do is instead of calling same layout activity main, we can call the second one second layout. Yeah, perfect. So if this activity is being loaded, we'll get to know from the layout, and if the main activity is being loaded, we'll get to know from the main activity main layout. Perfect. So these are just for a cosmetic purpose. And now the main task is in the manifest file. So let's go there and see how we can do it. So in the manifest file, by default it gives all the details for just one application. So what we'll do is, and here is the activity which takes the main activity as the input. So what we'll do is we'll duplicate this and probably we'll create another activity called our second activity, which we have of course created in the Java in the class second activity class. And what we'll do is we'll also change the name and the icon for this. So first let me implement an icon, because by default the icons what we have got is only the IC launcher which we have used over here for the icon. So but I will like to differentiate this to launcher using a different icon as well. So I will do one thing, I will import the icon using the image asset. So there's a separate video how to import using image asset, link for which is in the description folder and in this info tab as well. Please look into it. So to import a new image, what I'll do is I'll go to this path and browse to the path where I want to launch it or I want to import it from. Okay, so I've got my path of my logo, and so this we will be using for one of the activities as a launcher icon. Click next, I think I should have changed the name here so that I can have two different names. So I can have it as programmer world logo, and rest of the names it will take you automatically. Just click finish, and that's all. So already in my map we'll get both the IC launcher and programmer world. Okay, so that's all about the icon. So let's move back to the Android manifest file. And over here, so what we have done right now is we have defined two activities tags in our manifest file so that we can have separate launcher. So this was sufficient, but let me complete few things which I want to do. One is I will need to put something called label, so that we can identify it separately. So Android label, and here you can give any name. So this I'll name as app first, and probably I'll give a similar label over here, Android label and app second. Okay, apart from label, as I told, like I'll also like to assign a different icon for both these apps. So for icons, probably I can do one thing. I can Android and then icon, and in the icon at the rate of, I'm not sure why it's not prompting, but I can use the same thing of which is here. So for the first app I'll use the same, which is the launcher, and okay, I'll also use round icon. So or I can copy paste from here, and that may be a better approach. And I'll copy paste same thing for the second activity, but I will change the icon, the image, and change it to the newly imported one. So the one is programmer. I think it's a little long name. I'm not sure. Program underscore world underscore logo. So underscore world. Okay. Underscore logo. Perfect. And for the round one, I think it's the same name, but with I have to append round at the end. So that's all. Okay. So this is about the icon. This is about the label, which is name, and this is about the activity. So most of the things looks good. Okay, what is this? This is about the logo, I guess. So yeah, I can skip it. I don't need, I mean, that looks good. And one more thing I will have to add is something called affinity, task affinity. So yeah, this one. And here the task affinity will be the activity which I want to run. So this is the second activity. So second activity, the task probably will be the package name. Control C. I'll come back to the manifest file, and over here, Control V dot the my activity name. So which is this one. And similarly I'll add the task affinity. So this is required, this is in fact very important to make sure that the correct task is run whenever we call that particular activity using that launcher. So this one will be nothing but the main activity. So give the correct activity name over here so that it can call that one. These are things. I'll leave it as it is. Probably from the top I can delete most of the stuffs I don't need. So I can I don't think I'll need all these things. Icon I can leave it. I'm not sure if required. Label anyway I have given. This I don't need. Yeah, Control A, Control Alt I to make sure. Yeah, that's all. I'll rerun it and see how it comes up. In the meantime, I'm just checking. Okay, I don't think this is required anyway. So this also I'll delete from the manifest file. And that's also something has come up on the right hand side. Let me go and see. So if I scroll up, so I can see two icons, app first and app second. Probably I'll bring it to the home menu. One is this one, and the other one is app second. So we can see two apps has got installed, or two icons have come up. Is the app is one, please note. And when I click the first one, the first activity runs because it points to the activity main, and in the activity main, what we have put it over here is first activity. You can see it, this text is appearing over here. And what we'll do is we'll go to the second app, and yeah, perfect. So this calls the second activity. So that's all is what I think. But I think we don't need these icons as well because we have already given the icons in the respective activities. So I can removing them and now trying to rerun and see how it comes up. So something is launching. And also note, since you're launching it from the emulator, so what emulator is doing is reading the manifest file, and the first activity what it finds, which is the first activity over here, that's what is launching. So if you want to change the order, you can just bring this second activity tag first, and it will launch the second activity first. So it goes in the sequential order in the manifest file, but that doesn't matter, because if you are using the icons, once the apps are installed and if you are using the icons, it will open the respective activity based on the task affinity. Please note, these are not two different apps. Don't get confused. These are same app, one app. The only thing is they are running two different activities, so they look like the two different apps and they have two different icons, but they are the two activities of the same app. Okay, so that's all. I hope this video is useful to you to know how to quickly create two launchers. Rest of the things, leave it as it is in the intent filter over here, and it will create two icons, two launchers for your two activities of your app. And I hope this is useful to you. If you have any questions or suggestions, then please put in the comment section. And if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.